Welcome back to the podcast with Schmoe and Shadez, the podcast, Season 1, the Renaissance Podcast, Episode 7, Artificial Intelligence. Has it already replaced us? Getting the band back together with a special guest. Please listen. You guys came here for real, and you're going to get it.
No doubt, no doubt.
Thank you for clicking on episode 7. You guys don't know how appreciative we are of it. We're going to jump right into this episode with a special guest. He is our 4th guest. Yes, we are including Barstool Athlete. And the guest, he is our, one could say, a computer wizard, an ace of computers. He is his name is Computer Comrade.
Oh, hey guys, how you doing?
So, since you're a genius of computers, you should be able to ace our interview.
So we have a series of questions that you will be able to answer to really test your knowledge of computers, artificial intelligence, robotics, and the immediate and long-lasting consequences of our current use of AI on ethics and the human experience.
Are you ready?
Okay.
So, you call yourself Computer Comrade.
I guess.
Why? Who gave you that nickname? What?
Well, it was, a nickname, I guess, in high school,
Oh.
Yeah. I wasn't a communist or anything, but
It's
Computer Comrade kind of just flows right off the, connects well.
I don't know. It seems comrade. It seems a bit. I hate to call you out, but it seems almost like a Soviet cover. A Soviet
you could say
cover.
that again.
No, it's just a nickname. Like how you call someone, a friend, a comrade, maybe.
No, I've never used it like that, but
I guess, yeah.
Let's analyze his name, Schmo. Computer.
It's really not that deep.
Computer Comrade.
What is a computer? A computer. Let's ask ourselves that question.
All right.
Would you care to answer, Shades? You want to give some input, or
a computer is a machine?
It's not wrong.
Okay.
What was that?
I have a different.
Said you weren't wrong.
I have a different interpretation of this. I think
give it to us.
Computer might be a bit of a. It's sort of a genre, of the. Some could say a group of technology. One could say, right? A group of technology, a subgenre, computers, right?
And comrade. Can we get into the comrade part? What does comrade mean?
Comrade. Well, as we've discussed, it's typically used to describe somebody who is a Russian, typically a Soviet spy, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's not that deep. It's just
I don't know.
Just
don't lie to us.
We'll get to the bottom. We'll get to the bottom of it on this podcast.
But
all right.
So if you put the two words together, you get Russian computer. Russian computer.
It's more of a Russian subgenre of technology would be the altogether.
Okay. Well,
I wouldn't call it that, but
what was that?
It's it's
no. Well, let's move on.
Okay. So we're really glad you're here, Computer Comrade. Let's start the interview.
Oh, okay. No problem.
Schmo, ask him the first question.
We're going to start you off with a tough one.
Okay.
What exactly is AI? What is artificial intelligence?
Oh, well, it's the study in computer science and some parts of computer engineering, in which, we humans are trying to make computers think like humans, essentially. That's it at its lowest level, or I guess highest
Right.
level.
Right. Well, I don't know if you would be able to break it down. I'm getting a message here from Shades. He says he's confused. I don't know if you would care to break that down a little
Uh,
bit for
um,
Shades.
Please do.
I guess on a higher level, yeah, it's a computer thinking like a human, I suppose. Or yeah,
Hmm.
Yeah.
Ah,
that's
I
where the name,
got you.
artificial intelligence comes from,
Right.
because
So it's almost like we're trying to build something to replace us almost, I would argue. Something to
Hmm.
uh
um,
s- something that would uh it's something intelligent, something smarter than ourselves that is going to take
well,
over. Uh, uh, I'm going to ask you the question. Everybody's been questioning. When when will AI take over the world? When is it going to happen?
Is it today? Is it tomorrow?
um,
Is it
When
100 years
exactly
from
is this?
now?
so it's very unlikely in all reality. That's like a whole movie stigma that artificial
Uh,
intelligence will become more intelligent than humans. In
uh,
reality, it's an artificial intelligence, or whatever you program it to be. It won't really ever be smarter than a human, because it's what you program it to do.
mm,
It's not.
So, wait, you're saying that it'll never be smarter than human because humans are the ones who are giving it all the information, they're programming it.
What I'm
mm,
trying to say is, that, and even though there is artificial intelligence that do, now don't quote me on it because I'm not 100%, but I have
Oh,
heard that
we'll quote you on it.
there is
we're,
artificial
we're going to
intelligence that
quote you.
is used to like help with programming, of course, and specifically in computer engineering. Like when it comes to what was it? One of the chips. I'm completely blanking on the name. Like I
Quick,
know
quick.
AMD and other companies like Intel. They use artificial intelligence to help make some of their chips.
Qualcomm, they use
Yeah.
chips.
No.
You see, let me break this down for the listener. So basically, what you're saying is that it's you don't really know when AI is going to take over the world, but it's inevitable. Is basically
Hmm.
what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying that.
So you're
Right,
saying
right.
that it's gonna happen at some point, right?
But you can't exactly predict that, is what you're saying.
Uh,
Right.
well, I guess to a certain level, yeah, I can't predict it because I don't think it'll happen.
But it
So
it's could be very well in the immediate future, with the increasing uh, with
Use of our
the yes, the
phones.
increasing
Use of
use
our
of phones,
phones.
data, of the increasing use of artificial intelligence. See, uh, people
oh
have are unable to comprehend this, but uh, people in AI, people like you, computer
I'm
comrade,
scared. I'm scared.
people like you, computer comrade, are using artificial intelligence willy nilly, and are not understanding that the possible consequences ethically uh, and uh, on the future of the human civilization.
yeah, that's mainly just like a sci-fi thing. When it comes to like the efficacy of artificial intelligence,
Oh,
it's more or less
yes,
a tool. That's
science.
not.
Yes, science nonfiction. Correct. And it's really an issue
So,
that we have to discuss before we continue working with AI in the future. We have to
computer
set some
comrade,
laws in
f-
place.
final point. Like, so do you think AI will take over the world?
No.
Well, when will AI take over the world? Let me just ask
No,
you that.
Schmo. You said no.
Uh,
So,
I'll give you a rough estimate.
uh, when the heat death of the solar system comes.
Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm.
All right.
Good answer.
Next question. What's the difference between artificial intelligence and machine learning?
Oh, well, machine learning is just a subsection of artificial intelligence. It's
Mhm.
about, using pattern recognition mainly. Uh, it's the same principles of artificial intelligence. It's a machine learning from past experiences.
So
Uh,
machine learning's more specific, right?
I guess you could say that, yeah.
But you can make the analogy that all squares are rectangles, but
Right, right.
all rectangles aren't squares.
That's a perfect analogy.
Is that the
Um,
same type of thing with machine learning and artificial intelligence?
no, I would
Uh,
say
What
that,
about deep learning?
well, I'm sorry, deep
What about
learning.
deep learning? Where does deep learning take place in this hierarchy of ideas?
Yeah, I really don't know about that.
All right.
you don't know?
You don't know this. We
No.
Maybe you should learn it.
guys,
Uh,
if you don't know something, what do you do, Shades? What do you do?
Perhaps you look it up. You look it up.
Correct. Google's your friend, guys. So let's take a moment to look up artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is a
Yeah.
field of computer science that makes a computer
Yeah.
system that can mimic human intelligence.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Deep learning. Deep learning. What does that mean?
Deep learning.
Are you referring to neural networks? Is that what you're referring to?
Almost. Uh, deep learning is a subset. This is as I remember it. Deep learning is a subset of
Yeah.
machine learning, which is essentially a neural network, right, with 3 or more layers. These neural networks attempt to simulate the behavior of a human brain, albeit from matching its ability, allowing it to learn from large amounts of data.
Yeah.
While a neural network with a single layer can still make approximate predictions, additional hidden layers can help to optimize and refine for accuracy.
All right. Well, yeah, I know what a neural network is, but yeah, I didn't know you're talking
You
about.
didn't know the term of deep learning.
No, I didn't know.
That's all right. They're essentially the same thing, but
Essentially,
I don't know about that, but all right.
unessentially. Well, let's move on. Let's not, you know, we're not trying to waste our listeners' time here. Guys, if you
Okay.
want to find more about artificial intelligence, machine intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, and deep intelligence, you know where to find us. Look it up.
I would just check out IBM. They're they're usually pretty good at
Are we
that.
living in a simulation?
no, we don't
I'm
tell
sorry.
we
Huh?
don't tell our listeners about other
Oh,
companies, computer comrade.
yeah,
Oh,
no,
Don't plug
it's
other
a big
companies.
no. Go to thepodcast.com if you want to find out more about these topics. Thank you. Are we living in a simulation? I'll ask you this.
like, is that a joke
No,
or?
no, it's a
No,
serious
like-
question. Is this a simulation or is it not a simulation?
I would have to say no. To my knowledge, this isn't like the Matrix, as far as I know.
Hmm. Right.
Like, if we are going off the plot of the Matrix,
Well, the Matrix,
then we wouldn't be able really to tell. So
the
I would
Matrix.
have to say no.
Yeah. Well, the Matrix. Let me remind you is a documentary, right? It's a documentary. Is the
No,
uh,
it's not.
uh,
It's really not.
what are you talking about?
It's a fiction sci-fi movie
No,
nonfiction?
starring
no, it
Keanu
actually happened.
Reeves.
It actually happened.
It's a story of somebody escaping the simulation. I really are we living in a simulation? That was more of like a gimme question. You're supposed to just sort of say yes, but
You said no. You said,
Yeah,
are
we're
we
not.
joking? I mean,
Uh,
who knows? Who knows? Who knows? All right. Next question, computer comrade.
All right, I'm ready.
What would you say are some common misconceptions about AI?
Oh well, that's an easy one. Well, obviously, first that AI is going to take over the world. That's not going
Okay.
to happen. That's a very common misconception. Another one is that AI will lead to unemployment. Definitely not going to happen.
uh,
I would say those are, probably the big two. You know,
I think, computer comrade, I think you might be confusing this question. Uh, Shades, would you like to repeat the question again?
What would you say are some common misconceptions about AI? Like otherwise known
Misconception.
as fake news.
Yeah, not conceptions, but misconceptions.
um, I thought I already answered that question. It's that first
Can you
off,
answer it again?
uh,
Right.
why may I ask? I already answered it.
Well,
My answer is the
I'll,
same.
I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint. I know this is a difficult question. Um,
It's really
which
not, but
would a common misconception I've been hearing is that AI isn't a problem and we shouldn't be overreacting. Like that's pretty crazy, right?
uh, well, no, I would say that's not a misconception. That's actually pretty accurate. AI is not dangerous. It's pretty safe. It's overall
Hmm.
a very useful
Right,
tool in
right,
computer science, and
and
it actually will only benefit the world.
right, and it's and
Okay.
it's a real problem that one could say could lead to unemployment, right? AI
No,
replace a significant unemployment
no.
from replacement of jobs via
I mean,
artificial intelligence.
think about teachers can just become robots.
Like this ain't I Robot. It's real life. That's not going to happen. But
Right. You bring up iRobot. I believe that's also was that I forget, was that based on a true story or was that a documentary or was that
definitely not. 100% not. Are you serious? Yeah.
uh,
You watched the movie, right? It's got Will Smith in it. It's
right, he was a yeah, fantastic
Schmo,
actor. He's able to do those
you
kind of
didn't
parts.
watch the movie?
No, I've seen it actually I think 50 times.
yeah, it's definitely not a documentary in any way, shape, or form.
Okay, next question. In your opinion, how will AI impact application development? Application development.
It will help it overall. AI is a tool that actually makes application development or the process of it go by much faster. It allows applications to be made with a lot more efficiency, a lot less errors, and it does a lot of the grunt work. So,
Oh, right, but
What do you think are some current
mm,
industry trends about this application development and how AI impacts it?
uh, then isn't that just the same question but reworded in a different
uh,
way?
uh, yeah, I think Shades.
Well,
I think you're missing something here. I
well, I
think
want to see how
yeah.
passionate computer comrade is
Oh,
about
yeah. Well, that's
artificial
that's true. That's
intelligence.
true.
Uh, well, as I already just answered, it improves efficiency, leads to less errors usually overall. And it honestly does a lot of the grunt work for computer scientists, so they don't
Mm.
have to, do a lot of the repetitive code. So again, it's
Hmm.
overall quite efficient.
Well, computer comrade, I think I think you might be taking. I hate to call you out for this. I think you might be a bit optimistic, about this. The application of artificial intelligence to application development. In fact, I would say you might be failing to notice um, the the fact that artificial intelligence could be using our cameras. It could be using our cameras, and it could be taking our data and
All
using
right.
that data to blackmail us or replace our
It's
jobs.
hacking us. It's hacking us.
Schmo, I would call you pessimistic,
Oh,
but you're beyond
well, I wouldn't
pessimistic,
say. Whoa, whoa, hey.
Whoa, calm down there, Tiger.
Whoa.
That's
Uh,
not this podcast.
that's
That's not this podcast.
I'm not a.
It's not an insult. I thought you would agree.
I'm
You
a.
are seeing
No,
something in a very negative
no.
I
light.
I'm
really
just
don't
trying to
like
see
this passive aggressive
both sides of the
attitude.
argument. Both sides of the argument.
All right. Shall we just move on then, I guess, before this gets into something?
I guess we will. I guess we will. Shades, do you have another question?
So, in Python standard library, what packages would you say are the most useful for data scientists?
Probably
Tell us about it.
Pandas.
Mm,
Pandas is mainly used for
Right.
data analytics. That's the one I personally use.
I'm actually very familiar with uh, pandas, right?
Well, it's called
Right,
Pandas,
right.
actually.
They live mainly in temperate forests, right? They're herbivorous, right?
No,
A
it's
lifespan of 20 years.
I do
Scientific name.
believe it
I hear
was
that
named
pandas are pretty
after.
dangerous.
Yeah, that I've heard the similar thing about pandas.
No, it was just named after. I'm pretty sure the animal,
Right,
as like a little joke, but no,
right.
it's
It's adored.
I don't find that joke funny.
It's adored by the world, really. Has this special, significance. It's has a distinctive black and white coat, right? Everybody loves it. Everybody loves it.
again, you're talking about the animal. Yeah,
Subsists. Their diet subsists entirely on bamboo, basically, right?
They're vegetarians. Gotta give it to them. Gotta give it to them.
but
Yeah.
yeah, if you're asking if I like the animal, I guess I like the animal too. They're
Wait.
pretty cool.
You're saying there's different pandas?
Well, there's the data analytics tool Pandas, which is one of the things you can get for Python, one of the libraries you can import. So yeah,
and
that's what I was talking about.
What does pandas do exactly?
It's mainly used for data analytics. You can use it to it's very much used for presentation and organization of
I
big
think
data.
it's also made so you can rapidly combine and filter and group data, right?
Yeah, you could do that, I suppose. You can organize it.
But you could also. I hate to go in the dumps here, but you could also use it for the bad, right? You could be using it to really, even if you wanted to, take over the world.
No, definitely not. It's not a taking over world kind of tool.
Right.
It's
Pandas is more of a tool that could be used to help facilitate the taking over the world via singularity.
No,
Via singularity.
What? A singularity?
Via
I
the
think you're
artificial
onto something,
intelligence.
Schmo.
Via artificial intelligence becoming sentient.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, no, you're very much off the mark there. That doesn't make any sense.
It takes one person using pandas for the bad, and the
Yeah,
whole world
no,
could go down the drain.
It's the
definitely
battle of good
not.
versus evil.
Right.
What?
It always is. It
You
always
guys
is.
are talking about like it's not it's not a movie. This is not like Star Wars, the good
Right,
side versus the
right.
dark, the Jedi
it's-
versus Sith. No, it's just a tool, guys.
Right. It's
Thought
like
we
the
were
I
talking
don't
about
understand
Star
how you don't
Wars.
see that.
Right. It's almost like Tron. The
No,
original.
not at all. Not at all.
It's almost like Star Trek.
It's nothing. No, it's nothing like Star Trek.
It's almost
Right.
like Gone Girl.
Right.
I haven't seen that movie, but I very much doubt it's anything like that.
Right. Next question, Shades.
Oh, please, yeah.
What's your favorite Girl Scout cookie?
That's a tough one.
I'll be completely honest. I've never bought a Girl Scout cookie, so I've never.
That's a
had
deal
one.
breaker. That's a deal breaker.
You
Oh,
haven't.
what is this? I'm sorry. What does this have to do with computer science?
We have
It
Girl
has
Scout
everything
cookies.
to do with
We have Girl Scout cookies in the break room, and just wondering if you like them or not.
So, you know,
I've
I've
never
noticed
had
that.
one.
Computer
No.
comrade, you seem a little tense, and we just want to calm you down and offer you a few cookies.
No, thanks. I'm just saying, you know, like
perhaps some
it's
Savannah
this interview has
smiles.
been very accusatory so far, you know. So yeah, I'm
Okay,
a little tense.
let's continue it. We're really an admirer of your work.
Right.
All right, thanks. I guess.
What's a hash table?
Mm,
All right. Well, a hash table, it's mainly just a table of data, I suppose.
right. A hash table. I actually have done a lot of work with hash tables, right? In computing, a hash table or a hash map is like sort of like a data structure that implements an associative array abstract data type, right? A structure that can map keys to values. A hash table
Yeah.
uses a hash function to compute an index, also called a hash code.
Well, there's two parts to a hash table. Can you tell us what the two parts are, computer comrade?
I suppose there's the indexes. You know, that's the thing that you
Or
know.
or array, or array.
Right, right.
Well, yeah, it's an array, so yeah, it has an index.
Right. But what does this have to do with uh, blockchain? Blockchain, uh, the or cryptocurrencies are very popular now. The Bitcoin or the Dogecoin, very these currencies that are perhaps in 2 or 3 years from now should be replacing the U.S. dollar. I read an article
I'm
All right,
all
well,
aboard
all
the
with
right,
very
all right,
Bitcoin.
reliable
all right.
financial
I like
First of
advice.
Bitcoin.
all, I thought we were here to talk about artificial intelligence. Why are we talking about crypto now?
Well, the well, I'm sure it has. There's a lot of overlap, right? There's a very similar fields.
No, it's not. It's very much not. I
Well,
don't know why you're talking about it. Like I'll be honest, you know, I can talk to you about like crypto if you want, but I'm not really much of a crypto guy. I don't invest in it. You know, I don't really pay much
You
attention to
don't?
it. No,
oh well, it's an
I don't know
investment,
if I like
really.
I
that.
don't understand why you're talking about it
You
because
know, it's
you
an
Well, it's a
investment like
part of
any other
when you were
artificial
bringing me on
intelligence.
the interview, you said, you know, hey, we're
artificial
going to be talking about
intelligence.
artificial intelligence. You know, I don't know why we're
All
talking about
right, all
crypto
right.
now.
Okay. Well,
Okay. Next question.
But
What's
yeah,
the most popular programming language used in AI, in your opinion? What's your favorite? What makes you tick?
what's your favorite programming language? I'll go out and I'll go on a limb and ask that.
um, well, you know, I always like to think of, you know, coding languages, you know, you get the specific tool for the job. If you're asking about the one that I am enjoying most currently, it would probably be Python. That's the one I'm using, you know, the most recent.
What?
What?
You're kidding.
What? Why?
Python?
Yeah.
did,
Serious?
did you just say Python?
Why are you
I think
laughing
you
at it?
did.
I don't
I
get
think
it.
you
What's wrong
did.
with Python?
Oh
This,
man,
you know,
that's
Python is one of the most intuitive languages of our
oh
day. I don't
man,
understand why you're
that's
getting so upset with it. Or it's not a
Oh,
joke or anything.
Yes, really? I thought we were bringing on a pro here.
I know. And he
Uh,
just said Python. Did,
I
did I hear that correctly?
maybe Ruri or Racket, but definitely not Python.
did you just say racket?
Yep, the Lisp language. Everybody uses it nowadays. It's you know, quite popular with the kids and in professional development.
Maybe you should
Yeah, I
try
don't
it out
know.
sometime.
I don't understand what's wrong with Python. I don't get it.
I I think even our listeners would be able to answer that question. So we're not going to waste their time with these kind of questions.
There's nothing wrong with Python. You know, most companies are actually starting to implement Python
I could
because it's a
I
very
could teach
simplified and
my
useful language.
I could teach my 6-year-old cousin Python like that.
Right, even even a
That's the genius of Python.
you
It's
could even
easier to
teach a
teach.
you could even teach a banana. I'd argue.
I could teach a monkey.
You know, if you are actually able to teach a monkey Python, you would definitely be probably one of the most, you know, influential, I'd say.
Maybe we should get Kira
Would that
Storage
even be a
2.0
computer
back on
scientist
here.
at that point if you're training a monkey? I don't know. But whatever.
Schmo,
But
new
there's
episode
nothing wrong
idea.
with it.
New episode idea.
Right.
Curious George 2.0 learns Python. See how that works out. It's
Yeah.
not easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So if you Jesus. All right, can we move on? Are we done?
No.
No,
Tell,
we're
tell us more.
definitely not done. We're definitely not done. Let me ask you a quick question. This one should be just a one-word response. Can you name the properties of a good knowledge representation system?
What?
Right.
You're just asking me to quote stuff?
No.
What's the point of this? But why are you
Say the question again, Schmo. Say the
I
question.
have it highlighted here. It's all you have to say.
Yeah, I understand that, but I don't understand why you're asking me to answer it. It seems like, you're almost trying to to test me in some like I thought this was
Oh.
just like an interview,
Exactly.
like,
an
helping
interview
people
is a
understand.
test.
That's not gonna help people understand.
Right. Well, I'm sensing a bit of tension, a little bit of uh built
Yeah,
up. Yeah, I don't know.
there,
Computer
there definitely
comrade.
is
Yeah,
a lot
Shades.
of
Do you know
tension
what
right now.
tension means? What does tension mean?
Well,
But why
yeah.
are you asking me what?
I'll answer that question for you. Tension is described as a pulling
This
force
is okay. This is ridiculous.
transmitted axially by means of a string, cable, chain, or similar object.
All right. Do we have any serious question next? Or are you just going to continue to ask me to quote things
right,
from books
All right.
essentially?
If you want to move
Okay.
on, we will. But that's gonna affect your score. It really is.
Score? All right, just whatever. Well, what's your next question? And
All right.
please,
I'll
come on.
I'll ask it. All right. This has been on our minds for a while. So, in your opinion, computer comrade, in your opinion, will artificial intelligence eventually replace podcasters?
Are you serious? Oh, are
This is
you
a serious question.
Oh God.
okay? You know what? I'm done. This interview was obviously should have listened to what I was recommended. I should have gone on it. I'm done. Yeah, no. This is
Wait, what
Oh,
happened?
wait, you're walking out?
Wait,
Uh,
did he just leave? Guys, I think computer comrade
the
just
door.
left.
I guess he doesn't want to be part of this company.
I guess he doesn't. It's maybe it was too serious of a question we asked him.
I mean, well, what do you think, Schmo? You think AI is going to replace podcasters? I know my answer.
Eventually, I think it might be a possibility.
Yeah,
Shades.
I think we're absolutely screwed. I think we're done.
I guess I mean that was sort of the message I was getting from computer comrade. Just as in summary, I guess we'll summarize what he was trying to say. Artificial intelligence. We have to set some limitations. Put some limitations in place. We have to really think about it ethically, and question before we continue to apply these to things like application development. Computer comrade mentioned, and also just using it in general rather than standard binary programming.
Well, what we learned from computer comrade today. Let's summarize it for our audience.
Okay. One, artificial AI
will
is dangerous.
replace humans.
All right. Okay. One.
That's number one.
One.
Number
AI
two.
will replace humans.
Number two. Can you let me talk?
Go on.
We'll handle this off air, all right?
Oh, we will.
AI systems are not safe. And number three,
Right.
AI will lead to significant unemployment.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think that's a good summary. Go on.
we should all be scared of AI. I think that's the conclusion from this interview with Computer Comrade. I think that's what he was trying to tell us the whole time.
I agree. I think if there's anything, a rule of thumb to take away, guys, AI, don't be affiliated. Don't be affiliated with it. It try and do your best to stop it, and just prepare yourselves because singularity
Prepare
is coming.
yourselves. Prepare yourselves.
All right, let's wrap this up.
Computer comrade, can you
Yeah.
come back here?
Yeah, I'm back.
Thanks for coming back on.
Mhm.
Kind of 30 minutes. We kind of need to have a little bit more of the episode for our listening audience.
Okay,
yeah.
so Q&A time, guys. Q&A. This one is from
Oh,
a recurring
I recognize that name.
questionnaire. My name is ... He says, or she, we all know. This question's for computer comrade. I'm going to be a
Okay.
computer scientist. Any helpful hints on how to become successful?
Oh, that's actually a good question. One of the first on this podcast, I suppose.
Uh,
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say some helpful hints to become successful is first things first. You have to be dedicated to the computer science. Computer science is something that is constantly changing, constantly evolving, and it's really good, to be constantly vigilant of these changes. Learning about what's changing, what's not, what's evolving, what's going to be the new thing, what's going to be the old thing.
right.
It's honestly that's probably the most important thing. Not only that, I would say don't get if you ever get bogged down on something, right? Every computer scientist, every coder, every computer engineer, like eventually they'll face some kind of like roadblock, right? Whether it be in their coding or in their product development staging, where they just don't know how to progress. And it's very important to start, to back up, take a breather, start thinking outside the box. If you have if you're working with a team, get some other people's opinions, maybe get some other people's opinion who aren't even on the team, depending on if confidentiality, whatever, allows you to or not. Some other things, personally, I always like on the lines of staying vigilant. I always like to find some good books or audiobooks
Right,
about computer
right.
science or
Even
artificial intelligence.
even ethical books, philosophy, books that will able to
Calm your
you'll able to
mind.
apply to your job, particularly as a computer scientist, in order to have a moral code when building these artificial intelligence systems, right? Systems that arguably could be dangerous, as we've summarized. Um, and
Okay.
having books like these are are really able to nourish the mind and help you continue your work in a way that is good for humanity, right? To
All right.
use
Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut you off there, Schmo. Listen, when you said I could come back, you said it'll just be some basic questions, something more. You wouldn't, it was just mainly me talking about, stuff like that. So, that's what you paid me for. I like not for you to continue this
What-
Well,
tangent.
no, we didn't pay you.
What
We
are you
didn't pay you.
talking about?
Guys,
Payment?
don't listen to him. Don't listen to him.
But-
We didn't pay him.
Computer comrade, Schmo cut you off there. Go on to what you were saying.
Yeah, I was talking about some books, for example. One book I would highly recommend is Algorithms to Live By. It talks about computer algorithms, how they can be applied to real life. And it's a mix between fun, like hey, you could do this, and it teaches you a lot about some very notable algorithms that happened in the last 50 years or so, and very interesting. So yeah, I would recommend that. But it's just on par of staying vigilant in the computer science world.
All right. Thank you for coming on today's podcast, Computer Comrade.
Yeah,
Thanks
We'll
for coming
love
on.
to get you back on for part 2 in the future to keep us updated about what's going on in the computer world,
Right.
how we can
Yeah,
use it in our own lives. All right.
Right.
So thanks for coming on. Thank you for becoming,
Thanks for coming on.
being a part of it. Right.
Yeah.
Thanks
Any
for being a
closing
special.
remarks? Any closing remarks?
Any warnings?
No, I don't have any. Okay. Yeah. Like, thanks for having me on, guys.
All right. We'll see you next
Yeah.
time.
Very welcome. See you
Okay.
soon.
Yeah.
Bye bye. Next time on the podcast, tensions are high as Schmoe and Shadez get into a conversation for the last time. An unexpected visitor joins them in the middle of the night. Will they get out of this pinch? It's all gonna happen on the season finale of
The pod.
Peace. Deuces.
Ciao.